Doop dee 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 beep 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 beep. What? No. Offline, online. Pick one. Doop dee. Oh, it does work. Now how do I work the internet? The fuck? How do you do that? What's my fucking website? Is it? Fuck Twitch, I'll just do that. Try that. Go bitch. Oh, what? Microphone. You've got me. Oh, Christmas card. Microphone's on. Which one? Oh, fuck. Alright. Oh, I see. Oh, shit. There. You like that? It does work. I can keep it on, but the monitors are just gonna. Well, actually, if I turn down my main monitors, you're gonna hear the direct audio, and then you're gonna hear the track. Let me. Shit. Yeah, the Masterclass thing turned out alright, eh? Just make sure you don't binge it. I mean, yeah, if you want to binge it, binge it. But the thing to know about the Masterclass thing really is if you're like, you know, the early sub thing and it's out now and you can all watch it or whatever, like, because whoever, I think if you signed up early, you get like, you can watch it now. For every class, we've also designed like a PDF that accompanies it, or you can download the whole PDF, whatever. But it's good to kind of like follow along with that and kind of do some of those things. And they did a schedule, so like, you know, you can watch these videos within a week and then follow the thing. Take your time with it, man. Don't binge watch it. I mean, binge watch it if you must, but make sure you go back and, you know, really kind of check it out, because that's where you learn shit, you know. More shows in LA. Well, I can't sell out LA. What am I, marshmallow? Yeah, you gotta go through it all, and then there's like I know it's kind of I was like, you know, on the fence with the whole thing. Well, not the whole thing. I think it turned out great, but I just mean it's like you gotta teach things. Teaching's fucking hard. You know what I mean? Especially teaching people you don't know you're fucking teaching. You know, it's not like if a person came up to me and said, hey, I want to know how to do this, and I'm like asking them, okay, well, what do you know? You know, like, what don't you know? That kind of thing. So it's like you can gauge, you know, what somebody already knows or not. So you can skip all this stupid shit or whatever, you know? So, but I mean, these courses are kind of like shotgun to, like, you know, people who don't even know what fucking MIDI is or don't know what a DAW is and all that shit. So you have to like kind of include them into that, and then the advanced guy is gonna be like, you know, I know how to MIDI, you know, and then he's like all pissed. So then you have to get into a little more depth. So I think we had to keep it at like, you know, that halfway point, you know. And hey, you know, if this does well for Masterclass, then I'll just, you know, have them come and we'll film like a a stupid advanced one where it's like, oh, I don't have to waste my time talking about beats, you know, or whatever, you know. So fucking anything. But I actually had to binge watch the whole fucking masterclass like not too long ago because I have to like look at it and then basically, okay, guys, it's good. Yeah. So it's like that. Oh, you guys might be seeing a looming figure hanging around the studio more often than not because I hired a full-time studio engineer. Believe it or not, yeah, I pulled the trigger on getting a studio engineer. Not like a guy who's gonna come in and write my music and mix it and all that shit. No, like, you know, someone to manage the studio because it gets so out of control. He helped me patch it and clean it up. He's gonna deal with all the backline because like what you're seeing in this room is probably like maybe a quarter of all the equipment I have. There's a whole backline storage unit back there that's just got fucking shit and it turns into a shit show. So I need a yeah, I'm gonna dick around. I'm just chatting right now for reader guy. So I just need a guy here to help me manage the studio, you know. But that's not the only reason. The main reason I got him is because I bought a 32 channel Neve console. Like this thing is the tits. Doesn't get any fucking better than that. A fully discrete analog mixer, and it's going right fucking here. The guys that built the studio and this desk, you probably recognize it from my old studio because basically we just took it out of there and then plopped it in here and said, hey, it fits. Now I don't have to pay you guys $1 million to build me a new desk. So I saved some money by doing that. But now that I got this console, I have to build a whole new desk because you can't just put a console like a synth on a thing and say, okay, there it is, plug it in. You have to build a desk for it. So yeah, it's gonna be retarded, man. And I'm kind of holding off working on music until we get the Neve because the way working on the Neve console, you know, and using analog summing and the way that inserts work and patch bass and all, it's like a totally different workflow than from what I'm used to. So the studio engineer is actually Dean Malton, his name is, and he's been a friend of mine for 20, 30 years, no problem. And well, a friend of the family, and then I interned for him actually a long time ago, and I worked at his studio as an intern, and that's where I learned, like, you know, applying all this old analog shit and what, you know, how to get really good audio quality mixes and stuff like that before computers were even used for recording. So he had a job for the longest time, like, you know, doing the backline management and mixing at Casino Niagara. So, like, you know, Aerosmith would go play the casino and he'd be the mix engineer kind of guy. So I guess he got fed up with that gig, and so I'm like, fuck, man, dude, come work for Mousetrap. And he's like, yep, I'm in. So he's in. Actually, he's coming over later today to help me put together a tool thing for the backline. Anyway, just saying. So, like, but he knows how to, you know, he knows these consoles inside and out and all that shit. So he's going to be really handy. You know, it's like, hey, I need mics hooked up and this is going to happen. So, yeah. It'll be like that. Why is the age limit on my tour 18? I don't know. It's probably for legal reasons. Or I don't know. Maybe they sell alcohol. I don't know. No, that can't be it because it's like 21 in the States, right? No, the mic's right here. It's just a AKG. Actually, I have a matched pair. I could do it in stereo, but I'm just going into one of my pre's there. And this guy here, I don't know if you noticed, but I've labeled and fucking finally, I literally patched everything. All my rack gear, all this shit behind me in those racks, all of it's now fully patchable so I can actually just use it. What made me decide to get a Neve? Okay, well, two things. One is summing. Now we're nitpicking here. I'm not saying, like everyone needs to do this and all shit, but the way I see it is if you guys, bless your fucking hearts, are gonna all pay me like, millions of dollars to go and tour as an EDM guy, I might as well, take that money and put it into, trying getting the highest quality attainable, like kind of product out of here. You know what I mean? Because it'd be a goddamn shame if anyone paid me any amount of money for music that I made on a laptop with crappy DA converters and some plugins, and even though the music's good and all that shit, it would be like, it feels like robbery to me. Like, you probably wouldn't even know the difference, to be quite honest. I'm not gonna lie, but to me it would feel weird. So it's something for myself, really. Now, the thing with a Neve, though, like a fully discrete analog mixer kind of deal, is summing. It's gonna, like, a lot of you probably won't even notice. I will, but like, so if you take 4 audio channels in Ableton, right? You got a kick on one channel, and you got a snare on another channel, and you got a drum loop on another channel, right? And then you play those and render those out. Well, what you're doing is you're doing digital summing. You're taking those channels and you're digitally adding them together to make a sound. You know what I mean? To make a master or a mix. Analog summing is like not totally different. It's not like it's night and day, but it's a different flavor. It uses circuits, like analog circuits, to combine those sounds together to make a final master. And it's way better to do that, like from a mix engineer standpoint, than it would be to use a computer to do it. I know for a fact there are only 162 Neve consoles in the fucking world. I'd be willing to bet my right nut I would be one of less than only probably 5. I don't know who they would that mix their music down on a fucking fully discrete mixer like a Neve console, like EDM. You know what I mean? I'll bet you I'd be the only one, probably. So that's like, that's hardcore. That's next fucking level shit. That's setting the bar real fucking high, because if every EDM fucking producer, kind of the industry standard, was, actually using a mix console for summing and mixing and EQing, and using the 50/50 channel strips and shit like that, instead of using this fucking thing as a laptop fucking stand, dude, all those motherfucking DJs would be out of fucking work. I guarantee it. So it's, yeah. Electricity versus math. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I prefer electricity, because it's just fuck floating point integers. That's what I say. So maybe I would be the first. I don't know. It wouldn't really shock me if maybe Orbital or maybe Chemical Brothers or someone mixed stuff on a Neve, or an SSL or something like that. And maybe there's some douchebags out there with more money than sense that bought SSL dualities and mix their shit on there, or take all their stems to a studio where the studio will do it for them. Who knows? Who cares? This is for me. It's for my enjoyment. But yeah, those boards are not fucking cheap. Like, you could spend $500,000 on a fucking Neve, no problem. Fuck yeah, 624 channel costs you about $1 million, with installation and all the looming and all that stuff. Like, the board is like expensive as fuck, and if you think that's expensive, try looming that fucking thing, and having the cost to loom it to all your equipment is like half the price of the fucking board. So it's fucking stupid, dude, but totally worth it for me, because like, shit, I go broke, whatever, like, I've made music and done all this shit, and I'm doing, like, I'm flexing the trying to flex the most quality I can out of here. So how are you managing all the inputs and outputs to Ableton? Well, here's an interesting fucking thing. the I/O to Ableton doesn't really matter. Okay, so if it's a 16 channel mixer or a 32 channel mixer, then in theory, right, I would only need, imagine every fader on the mixer as being a mix bus or a group. Like you can put a kick and a snare on the same channel, you know, or whatever. You wouldn't, but I'm just saying. So I can have 16 stereo outputs. So I only need 16 I/O from my PC to the console. And then the console sends a summed output back into the DAW. So you don't need 192 outputs of your DAW to use a console. You only need however many channel strips you have. They're all mono, so divide that by 2. So if it's a 32 channel board, you have 16 stereo, right? But if you're clever enough with it and you know that, you know, kick drums are fucking mono, well, there, I'll put that on a mono fucking channel. You know, no point taking a mono signal and sending the exact same signal to 2 channels and calling it stereo, pan 1 hard left, hard right. It's like you're wasting a channel strip. So if you're smart about your routing, you only need 16 outputs and 2 inputs. And then you mix on the console and do all your inserts with hardware and real compressors and this and that. And you can still do it with Ableton too, or Cubase or Logic or fucking Pro Tools. So you guys will see it when it gets here. I mean, the desk will arrive just shortly before Christmas, and then the installation again is probably going to take a little while too. So the whole project will probably be done by January, which means I have to fucking go to Texas and play those fucking EDM shows, and then like Lights All Night and whatever. So I'm gonna, you know, have this brand new fucking console that I won't be able to use because I'll be on tour doing that. But then I get back. And then I think I'm home for a good part of... No, I don't get back. Fuck, cause oh man, after that show, I gotta go to Africa for like a week, cause I promised we'd go on vacation. So that's fucked. So when I get back from Africa, so like January the 14th, shit, man, that sucks. I'm not knocking Dallas. I'm excited to go. I'm excited to go, but I'm not excited to not be here when my mixer gets here at the same time. So it's kind of bittersweet, right? No, I'm not planning a worldwide tour. I just got to go on Vegas, or I got to go on vacation for like 10 days. I promised Grill, and you cannot break a fucking vacation promise. So me, Grill, and because it's like last year. Last year that same time, we all the gang got together and we went to the Maldives for like a week. We're doing the same thing except we're going to Africa. So I don't know. Figure that one out. On behalf of Texans, I apologize for inconveniencing you. No, that's fine. No, I'm stoked to get out there and jam out. Like the mixer can wait. It'll still be here when I get home. Texas might not be, so I'll go and do that. Let me plot some chords here, just so I can at least get something going. Hey, that's a good chord. See, now you're gonna... Is the audio like horrendous? Because you're getting a mix of my direct input and the monitors, because the monitors are probably feeding back into the mic. But I guess that's cool, because now you guys can't fucking rip my streams anymore. Well, you could, but you're just gonna hear me talking shit the whole time. Clickety click. I think I can get away with just that. Yeah, why not? Sounds Deadmau5y to me. I like it. Kind of cliche. Clicks. Clicks are good. Do you use that NIS8 at all? No, I'm not a DJ. Zed uses it religiously though. I know that. He likes it. He's like really good on it too. I've touched it, you know, if that counts for anything. But I don't get fucking tractor. Like I get it, and I get the basics of it. I just can't. I don't spend enough time with it because I'm not playing stereo wave files and like, yeah. Put your fucking hands up. You are a DJ? How do you figure? How do you figure I'm a DJ? Yeah, well, it's not that cliche. It just... Let me run an ARP on that. Let's see what happens. I can go minor there. So... resolves nicely. The clouds is kind of basic. Your mom's kind of basic. You know what's fucked up? Is I actually say shit like that to your comments when the mic is off. I'm serious. Got him, coach. Got him. Okay. But it is meow-meow, but she is. Gonna ask me, what were you thinking when you wrote whatever this track name is? And I'm gonna say I was thinking of Louis Placer's mom. And how basic she is. What were you feeling? What were you thinking? Thinking about some fucking random asshole's mom. Oh, I got an idea. I'll patch in that. As simple as fuck bass tone in there. So how were you feeling when you wrote Untitled? I don't know. Let me just use some shit plugin and then I'll run it through some racks. Do you even think? A crampy bitch. I don't mind it. You don't mind it because she... Oh, basic confirmed. He doesn't mind it. Didn't even defend it. Alright. What am I doing here? Bass. I should go like Ben Frost. Gnarly fucking bullshit bass. Maybe. If I can find where I put all my fucking VSTs. Somewhere in here. Hello? Alright, that'll work. mic is the best thing ever. You know what we should really do once is maybe I'll record it because we can't do it live, but I should have a mic in the helmet when I'm performing. Oh my god, some of the shit that goes on between me and the front of house guy when I'm playing, like over my IEMs and then like a talkback system, just like, I don't know, in case there's like a technical issue, but more often than not, there's not a technical issue, so we just kind of use the IEM to like just chit chat while I'm performing. Some of that banner is fucking gold. That'd be funny. Do a whole commentary of a live show and then sync it to video and then upload the video. Oh my god, that'd be funny. No, you can't. I can't stream it live. Well, I could, but it's just, that's what a waste of money. Live streams at venues are fucking expensive, man. How are you feeling when you wrote your mom in 3 days? POV videos. Not a POV video. We'll just record the show and then replace my audio on top of the track, like whatever it is that's coming out. But then just like, you know, duck down the track a bit so you can hear like 50-50 of me grumbling and moaning about whatever, and then it'd be like captions in a movie. You could turn it off or on. That'd be funny. It's like a commentary. The 414 is pointed the wrong way. Yeah, and maybe you also took the time to notice that the cardioid's on Omni. So it doesn't matter which way it's pointing because it's Omni. Microphones, how do they work? It's a P48. It's not even a 414. This is why I shouldn't stream, because I don't get anything done. Fucking magnets, how do they work? I see miracles every day. I see miracles in every way. I see miracles in a bale of hay. I see miracles. Listen to what I say. Fucking Jesus. Well, I can't see that fucking lead. Well, then maybe you should just not say anything and assume that's where I put it. Here, you want me to tip the camera? It's there. It's on. It's loud. Fucking magnets. How do they work? Oh, it's something. I don't listen to scientists. They just make me pissed. Or something. It's one of the lines. Oh, man. I now have to hear it. Sorry. This is why nothing gets done, you little jerks. Because you make me laugh. And then I have to, like, research stuff. ICP miracles. Yeah, fuck yeah. What? No, the official video. Oh my god. Google, have you not collected enough of my own personal information to target ads driven to me? I really, really don't need a water gradient filter. Whatever that even is.
As a multifocal lens.
Oh, it's a lens for my eyesight, which is totally 20/20. I want to hear the line about scientists.
Fucking rainbows. After it rains, there's enough miracles here to blow your brains. I fed a fish to a pelican at Frisco Bay. It tried to eat my cell phone. He ran away. And music is magic, pure and clean. You can feel it and hear it, but it can't be seen. It can't be seen. Miracles. I believe in your motherfucking mind. I like love, it's all a feeling, and it fills the room from the floor to the ceiling. Look around, it's all astounding. Water, fire, air, and dirt. Fucking magnets, how do they work? And I don't want to talk to a scientist. Y'all motherfuckers lying and getting me pissed.
I don't want to talk to no scientist. Y'all motherfuckers lying and getting me pissed. Oh, dude, it's so good. Anyway, because that part's gonna get blocked on the VOD. Go Google that. ICP miracles. It's fucking awesome. Oh, I just got a mean tweet. Mean tweet. Mean tweet. Have you ever tried not being a prick? No. No. How much does it pay? That's what I want. Anyway, bass needs fat bass. Take the bottom. Control C, Control B is my jam. So who was that anyway? Cool, man. Good talk. All right. So what I want to do is I have this like saw with, it's so stupid. It's just serum, like default. Hadn't even modified a parameter, and it's just got a low pass on it, right? But I'm gonna run that through the Fusifer. So to do that, I have to go what .3. So that's 129, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134. So output 134. I know I have to count. On a console, you just hit a fucking button, but now I have to patch it until it gets here. Where is it? Audio effects, external audio effect, audio 2. 134, and then input from 134. Boom, done. These fucking annoying things. Patch cable. Look at you, all grown up. So output that into the input of the Fusifer, right? Output of the Fusifer back into the computer. Awesome. So now it's hitting that thing here. Man, it's hitting it hard too. Dirty. You know, layer it. I gotta add more grit. So actually what I could do, what I should do, is reverb it before it goes to the distortion unit. It'll still be a mono, but whatever. Channel on the Culture Vulture. Try that. See, that's an analog, like, tube distortion. The original signal is just that, which is like super low frequency. But then when you start introducing things like unison, before going into distortion, where you're going to get these weird, like, you know, as unison does, you're going to get these weird, like, phase misalignments. The distortion's going to treat it a lot differently. Because what you're hearing is one pure oscillator, one pure filter, and then going into the distortion unit. So it's making a very uniform signal. But as if I start adding unison to this, you get a gnarlier, and the more voices you stack, you could like kind of increase the noise of it. And especially if you start spreading it out and detuning it. It's still a mono source, but you're hearing these voices being panned out. And if you want it even dirtier, then you can start using things like Guitar Rig before going to the Culture Vulture, just to create some like that simulated amp air, which is, you can tell it's simulated, but you won't once it passes through the Culture Vulture and back. So, well, or not even Guitar Rig, like you can use that UAD raw pedal or whatever, right? Let me try that. Where is my fucking UAD shit? That's a really good question. New folder? No. Where the fuck are all my UAD plugins? Oh, you know what? Oh, because I'm not in 64 and I never put it in. Okay, fuck it. I'll use something else. I'll use, I don't know. I'll just use Guitar Rig then. Good enough. It's fucking mono anyway. Okay, so there's Guitar Rig. So that's going to guitar rig, and then out of guitar rig, and then into a culture vulture, and then back in. That's just that there is guitar rig by itself, and then I'm routing to the vulture and back. So you can tell the fakeness, and then through through the culture vulture, it's just that fucked up tube popping, which is actually a tube popping. And it's just a good layer to have on top of, you know, kind of everything. So if I duplicate the channel and then pull guitar rig off that one and then separate the channels and then like do a high pass on the distorted stuff and then keep the low frequency and then dumb that down to one oscillator again. So that's creating the sub frequency. So you're still getting a lot of, like, you know, big fat bottom end that's not distorting, and then you have your distortion sound on like a multi-band split. And then what I would do is group those two channels, and then go into a limiter and then sausage it. That's pretty cool. How does the UAD CV compare? Well, I can't tell you right now because I can't find it. I have it. Like, is it maybe maybe it got hidden in a folder somewhere or something? Or I have to take the 64-bit version. Oh, you know what? I think I know what fucking happened to it. When you install it, it by default goes into that Steinberg VST plugins folder. Yep, there it is. But I think these are not 64-bit. I see it now. Yeah, they're in Steinberg VST plugins. Let me copy that to where my other plugins are. I hate fucking things that do that. There, I'll just paste that. Hopefully it runs 64-bit. You'd think it would. So I save whatever test. I have to restart live though for it to work. Should do. There we go. Yeah, right? Even if you don't have a Steinberg product, like, or whatever installed in your computer, some plugin package installs fucking automatically stick it into, hey.
Hi.
Wow, Coffee Ninja coming in hot. They stick it into that folder for whatever reason. There you go. Yeah, now it's scanning all the 64-bit UAD plugins. There it goes. No, that wasn't Grill. That was Katie. Katie's my assistant, and she's not allowed to come to work unless she brings me a fucking coffee. I don't have to say thanks. I say thanks in the form of a bi-weekly check. She knows I'm grateful. All right, let's see. Now I have the UAD stuff. Actually, let's do an A/B comparison of the Culture Vulture rack versus the thing, and I actually know exactly how to fucking test that. All right. I just have to set my things the same. Yeah, let's try that. That's a good experiment to see if... Well, it's going to be kind of hard to tell. So let me rename this to Vulture. And then I'll kill guitar rig and everything just for simplicity's sake. And then I'll take some kind of riff that we can actually use. Oh, wait. I'll do this. Set test. Sorry. I have to reload the set because I'm fucking stupid. Do you beat up your assistant if she gets the order wrong? Absolutely. Okay, let me take that bunch of notes. Okay, so now here, I'll just do it on Serum because it's like the easiest thing to do it with, right? So this, let me actually share my screen and then you can actually see what's going on. How do you do that again? I have to run NDI, some weird shit. The fuck is it, man? Program files x86. No, buddy, that's not how I roll. NDI tools, scan converter, that's what I need. Run it. Desktop 1, then I go into XSplit on the other box, and hopefully this shows it. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, cool. So that's what I did here, right? And this external audio effect is actually the Culture Vulture right there. So let's put an ARP on this piece of shit. So clean, it's this. Which is just replaced with the piano, basically. So, matter of fact, let's kind of fucking make some stupid thing here, just so we can hear some like dynamic range stuff, because that's how that plugin works. Good enough, and then I'll just ARP it so that it kind of goes here, there, and everywhere. I used to know how to do this. Oh yeah, there we go. So let's do 16 notes, whatever. Fuck it. Okay, I'll get rid of guitar rig there, and then now I should have the UAD shit, right? Yes, I do. Okay, so the UAD Culture Vulture. Is it thermionic Culture Vulture? Yeah. Okay, cool. So this is a fake one. So let me go really dramatic with this. So like, actually, you know what? Let me level everything out. Okay. So output level is gonna come down to 6 because that's way too fucking hot. Okay, so this is the plugin version I'm turning on and off here. Okay, and to do it stereo, so what I do then is I have all knobs 12 o'clock with 6 gain, no filter, and overdrive on. Okay, that's easy. So 2 more of these. Vulture input and output, so the output goes in, out, and now I'll set the knobs on the, well, I think they already are, yeah. This is the ultimate test, UAD. Let's see if you got your shit together. 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock. This is actually a really good test. Now we can know for sure how good they are at emulating shit. Oh, the only factor that might change is my output gain, but I can adjust it until it sounds close. Fucking time to put your money where your mouth is, UAD. All right, so now I have to send this to stereo because it's a stereo thing. What was that? 134, so it should be 133, 134, 133, 134. So that should just work. So here's their UAD. Dry. Holy shit, is that ever close? So let me actually return that to default and then turn my return gain to 0. Yeah, see, there's a little bitier, but it's probably because of a difference in gain, send, return that I'm doing. Holy fuck, is it ever close? Wow. I mean, I can kind of hear that the digital one's a little bright, but fuck, who cares? I mean, you can roll that off with a low pass filter or whatever. That's fucking cool. I love it when shit's done right. So dry. It's almost bang on. Well, I mean, it's distortion. How do you fuck that up? But also, you know, fuck. I keep double checking to make sure I'm doing it right, and I am. This is external. Even the VU's in the same fucking spot. I almost can't tell the difference. That's really cool. So that's good news. For the price of one actual Culture Vulture, you could buy every single UAD plugin. I'm just saying. There probably would be a slight difference in the audio. So this is both of them running at the same time. So it's one vulture feeding in, fake vulture feeding into a real vulture. That's fucking amazing. Oh, there is a difference. This one's a little brighter. The plugin just, it sounds just a fucking cunt hair brighter. So let's try the other distortion types. Oh yeah, right. So let me go 8 on the bias. And then... So 8 on the bias. 2. So switch that over and then go 8 and 8. So that's set the same. Ah, there's the difference. I didn't touch the gains. So there's a gain stage difference in the different that P2 distortion type, whatever that one is. Yeah. It's close though. Like dangerously close. Like close to the point where it's actually worth buying this plugin. That's really rad. Well, that's true too. You can make it less bitey by just rolling down the filter, right? Like 9 kilohertz. That's actually kind of nice. So, fuck my external effect then. Cunt hair is an actual unit of measurement. You didn't know that? Okay, so now we can go crazy with like slamming it. I mean, for that, so now for my external effect here. The one thing that you couldn't do with a plugin that would actually sound a lot better is like running that through like to an Ultimota. So I'll slam the peaks with a valve compressor. So I'll take the input, go into Moda, right? And then the output of the Moda out. Right. So now I'm hitting that compressor. I'm supposed to be hitting that compressor. What's going on? What the fuck? Did I get this right? Yeah. It should be right. Oh, I have the sidechain on. The peaks of those attacks. So when you start getting more uniform sound. And then that's cool. What happens if you take the synth's output and plug it straight into the input? Nothing. Just, that's it. This is, that's what happens. It's like just taking the dry wet and turning it all the way down, because you're taking your audio to that output and then audio from the same output, but on the patch bay I have it going somewhere first, in and out, and then out, back in. That's how I/O works. Oh, we could actually try the distressors too, which are pretty nice. So if I go, instead of my Ultimota, I can just go boop to the EL8. And that's why I kind of did this patch system, because now I don't have to fucking dick around in the back of those racks. I can do it right fucking here. And then I just have to fucking swivel my chair around, obviously, to fuck with shit. But, so, now it's hitting the distressors, which is exactly what I want. the stress is not applying too much of an effect because the release time is too far. So it's a constant gain reduction. You can kind of see it on the fader that it's a constant gain thing. You see how it's pulling back that fast? You want to tighten that up and then create some space in between the notes so you can actually hear the effect of the attack on the compressor. That's kind of important. A lot of people, like when they put when you put compressor on shit, you have to make note of your release times. Well, especially for EDM, right? EDM release times are generally tempo based, right? So you have to calculate like, how many milliseconds between a half a beat if you want your decay on your release to be half a beat, right? And meaning you have a small short sound that's only about an eighth note long, right? So that means you can pack 4 of those fucking things in before you hit the next beat, right? And that's your kick drum. So you have 2 kicks. First kick, boom, boom, and then like say second kick is your kick snare kick, right? So like your upbeat, not your downbeat. So downbeat, 4 eighth notes, and then 4 16th notes. So you have to take however long the milliseconds are between the first kick drum and the second kick drum and divide it by 4, right? So if let's just practice this here. So if I say I don't know, what am I, 112 BPM, right? So I say 112 divided by no, I have to first convert 112 BPM to milliseconds, right? So 112 BPM in milliseconds. So if you just Google like whatever, you can do BPM tempo calculator or whatever, BPM calculator or something. BPM to MS, or try that. Delay time calculator, that'll work. All right, so I have what, 112 BPM, and then I want an 8th note. Or no, a 16th note. Now it's 134 milliseconds for what I would assume is a whole bar. No! Delay and frequency I was using the wrong one. So 112 calculate. There you go. So 1/16th note would be 133.929 milliseconds. So my release time is going to be half that. So 133.9. Well, let's just say 134 divided by 2. 67. So 67 milliseconds is what you'll want for your release time if you're doing a 16th note length on something that's going on like an 8th note or an off measure or whatever. That's like kind of where you want that, because it's fucking EDM, you know. Everything has to be exact or close to, and it could be around there. I think Ableton's actually defaults around. What do they do theirs at? Like, okay. Yeah, their release time's like 50 milliseconds, which is pretty quick. But you'd want it at, ideally, it just depends on the compressor, to be quite honest. So what did we say? It was 67 milliseconds. And of course, the fucking distressors just give you a value of 0 to 10. And I don't know what those times translate to, but you can figure it out just by playing it and seeing it on the VUs, on the RMS. So if I play it, oh, it's way faster now. So now if I take my note length and kind of just shorten up the filter or something goofy. Yeah, it's like spanking it, which is kind of cool. And then you can parallel that. And for parallel compression with outboard gear, it's just a matter of doing that, but then, you know, lining up your hardware latency too, because you have round trip TSP happening. On a console, you wouldn't need to do that, which is another reason why I'm getting a console. But when you're doing it through DSP round trip, you're gonna have to. So the best way to actually test that is to bypass your gear. So now it's a straight bypass. And I hear that weird flange sound. Well, you want to get your samples to line up so that it stops flanging. And that's as close as you're kind of going to get it. I'm sure you could calculate it. Like you see here, I'm at 776 samples. So you hear the delay. But as you tighten it up, looks to me around, it sounds to me, and you'll hear it, it sounds like a cup filling up with water as you increase or decrease the hardware latency on your round trip, because you're inducing latency. And that's if you go 50-50 dry wet and you bypass the gear. So you're hearing a duplicate of the exact same signal coming in, going out. Well, in this case with a negative 5 dB gain reduction, but it doesn't matter. And then if it's at 0, plug-in delay compensation doesn't just magically fucking work. It never works, ever. So never trust it. Use monitoring like this, like going from dry to wet. So doing that shouldn't change the sound at all. So you find that midpoint, and then you start adjusting your buffer so slightly till it rings, and then it sounds like an additive thing as opposed to like a flange, which means, like, you know, if a DJ's playing a record and the other one's just slightly out of time, you get that like weird flan. The tighter you get that, then you'll hit like, you know, like a certain phase of the sound of it adding onto each other, and it just creates it twice the volume. So as soon as you start to hear that high-pitched weird flange thing line up with that, then you know you're good for delay compensation. So when you're dealing with external hardware and stuff like that, always be mindful and do this manually, as opposed to doing delay compensation or reduce latency when monitoring. That's bullshit, dude. I never trust that shit. Because then if I add another plugin, something else happens, you know? So just food for thought. So now I know my latency is bang on. Now I can go back and then fucking boop, unbypass it. Now when I apply parallel compression, meaning like just go dry wet with it, it makes more sense. Because without it, that's too gnarly in the low end, like in terms of amplitude. And then when I have it wet, it squashes the fuck out of just that and lets the high end kind of basically stay where it's at. So the sound is essentially sausaged. And we can monitor that, actually, again. And this is why I recommend this a lot. Is if you go to, not L1, what is it? FabFilter makes a fucking limiter that's like whatever, you know, you can use it on anything really. But I use it as a monitoring tool because you can size this, GUI and it shows you, you know, what's going on with your sound. So this is wet. So you see all that dynamic range that you may or may not want depending on what you're trying to do. So this is dry before it's getting peak slammed. And then when I turn on that, it's going to average those peaks out a little bit better and kind of unify the sound. So then when you start mixing your level, you know, you're truly moving that whole range up and down really at a uniform volume. So, I don't know, food for thought. That's what compressors are actually for. They're not for sidechaining the fuck out of everything. Numbnut. Just saying. So then when you're done, well, you don't need this because we were bypassing that. I was just using it as a monitoring tool, really. Whoops. Now I see the lag. We can't see the waveform. Really lagging. Get off Walmart internet. Man. Oh, it's probably because my network's congested with a bunch of shit. Let me take it off then. Fuck. Where's my, Just the screen cap was lagging? Oh, you know what? It's because I'm, Oh, nice. Thanks, new tech. Because I'm crushing my network right now with some other shit. So just gonna have to chill. Doop doop. All right, well, fucking take it up with new tech, man. That's not my problem. It's not my codec. I didn't write it. And then once you have like a really full-bodied, rounded sound out of the fucking thing, then you can go in and, you know, add delays and reverbs and all that shit. But I wouldn't do it pre-compression. I'd do it after and then compress again. But not compress again to the point of effect, but compress to use as a utility to sit it in a mix as opposed to something that just spanks it all over again, you know? So now that I've got that sound, I can do whatever I want. And go crazy with all those, like, parameters and shit. So if I say, like, audio effects, I don't fucking know. Reverb is so shitty. I don't like it. I don't know why. Well, I know why. Just not a fan. Just moving some notes around. Sound. Neat. Yeah, and then you can go in and you know, start modifying and shaping your sound and all that shit. You know, it's dicking around. And this is kind of, I don't know if you guys have watched some of my masterclass already. It's just doing that. Now I have this clip, and I can record that audio if I want, or better yet, you know, save the clip data within Ableton and then into the fucking spank bank and use it for something later, or work on it now. Put a kick drum behind it, throw some loops in, and start mangling shit, and then start mixing and all that stuff. So, I mean, that's how shit gets done. You know, it's like you work on a feature of your track, and then you expand outwards from that. You know, and my feature just so happens to be, you know, my melodies and stuff like that. Whereas the arpeggiator might not be all fucking 16th notes straight out of the gate for the whole time, even though sometimes they are, sometimes they're not, you know, and then you print it and fucking play with it. Mr. Potato Head, bang. Yeah. But here's the fucking good news is that, you know, yeah, I use Serum, but it's the way that I did it. So it's like Serum, then into a UAD plugin, Thermionic, which surprisingly sounded a lot like the hardware. I could have used the hardware. I could have not. It didn't matter because it sounded the same. Then I'm doing an external audio effect, giving it, you know, some edge for on the distressor, and then back through a delay, and then compressed, and then reverb. You know, so it's like a whole big thing just to get a sound that you're not going to hear, because if I group the audio effects, right, and I take the effects off, this is what it is. And that makes the difference, because that first one without the effects, like this shit, it's dead, it's dry, it's, you know what I mean, there's no character to it. It sounds like a fucking computer, you know what I mean? It's like, and I can understand why, you know, a lot of, you know, musicians and engineers are like, I fucking hate EDM. And I'm like, well, yeah, you know, like, I can see why, because you get a lot of, it's too clean, it's too precise, it's too cold and calculated, you know? Whereas you get all this, like, not, I mean, even just without the reverb and the delay, that's got balls, it's got character, and bonus points is no one's gonna sound like that ever, really. You know what I mean? I mean, sure, yes, anyone with a UAD plugin and a couple of distressors could probably come close, but I'll tell you what, Marshmallow ain't gonna fucking do it. You know, so it's like, I don't have to worry about people ripped off my preset that I used on Nexus and everybody's fucking using it. It's like the Cymatics FM AIDS that has fucking plagued the fucking dubstep community. You know what I mean? It's like, I use the wobble preset better than, you know, fuck, man. It's just, you have to be creative if you want to fucking stick out. Now, it's not even a matter of how loud your beats are, how fucking good you are. Even if your shit sticks out, and that's what's gonna put you in a fucking place where it's like, no, it's not, it's totally this thing now, you know? So just think about it, you know? I'm just saying. Of course I know my fucking shit. Why do you think Masterclass called me up one day and said, hey, bro, want to teach it? You know your shit. I was like, okay. Anyway. That's that kind of thing. I'm glad my kindergartens aren't hearing yet. Good morning. That's almost child abuse. I'm just saying. It sucks, but it's reality. Okay? Have a fucking dose of that. Let me, I just have to do some business things right now. Hang on one sec. You know, it's early and your email starts fucking going crazy. Oh, another Christmas card. What? Don't fucking email me Christmas cards, you fucking loser fake friends. Like, just do a card. Mail it. Like, what am I going to do? Print this out? Put it on my mantle? And then you'd be all, like, bummed out if I didn't? And when you come over? Oh, did you get my card? Yeah, in my fucking junk folder in my email. Fuck. It's 2 already, and it's not even 10 o'clock yet. Yeah, it looks shitty out. Well, it does actually. It looks really nice out. It just looks really cold. There's fucking snow on the ground. I know, right? I should make a fucking. I have a folder called spam. I have a folder called trash. I gotta make one under it called Christmas cards. Christmas cards. I like Christmas cards. They're fun. People like write on them and I get them in the mail and then I'm like, oh cool, and then we put it on our like little island thing in the living room. And that's that. It's a nice gesture, and we do it too. I mean, we send out Christmas cards and shit, little funny, goofy ones or whatever, and then that's that. But like, don't fucking send me an e-card. You know, it's like printing out a meme and passing it in class. You know what I mean? Like on a piece of paper. It's fucking stupid. Who does that? I've never actually seen that. Well, Vancouver always has snow. It snows in July in Vancouver, I hear. Merry Christmas, you little shit. Yeah. Sorry. Facebook is so fucking stupid. I keep showing me, oh, you have a new message, and the little message icon's lit up, but every time I click into it, there's like nothing there. It's like ghost message. I can't get rid of it. Oh my god. Post an ad. Well, if you go to settings and blocking, see the search box, type in Facebook security and it'll hit search. Block them all. I'm like, yeah, ad blocking totally works on securing my personal data, and I'm not being sarcastic at all or anything. Dude, you just type that on Facebook. How do you think Facebook is even fucking making money? They sell you. They don't even have to tell you what they're selling. That's why they're so rich. I think I'm less concerned about being ad targeted and more concerned of not knowing how much information they collect and what purpose it serves outside of ad campaigns. I should probably stop talking. Can I show you how you did the bass and sometimes things get whatever? I don't know if I can, actually, because that's an old-ass project that may or may not even load properly. Yeah. To that. I'm not mad about ad targeting information. I don't give a shit about that. Like, I'm a grown adult. I can choose not to buy something targeted at me. Like, I'm not a fucking consumer whore slave. I'm just more wary of other information that they collect. You know, like not like, ooh, well, like where I live. I could care less. I mean, like messages or, you know, things, you know, they collect all that shit, no doubt. I wonder what they do with it, you know. It's strange. That's like some fucking Joe Rogan shit, though. I'll let him cover that. That and aliens. Where is, oh yeah, there it is. Sorry. I'm like 50% administrator mode. Because I just don't want to, I don't want to start anything really crazy new just yet. Like in terms of like, you know, finishing the song. Because I want to wait till the console gets in and then just start fresh with that. And then do a whole album, like, you know, from that. Which will obviously take a while, but whatever. Boop, 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 boop. Huh? Sorry. Your screen cap is laggy. Dude, if you're just seeing it now, yeah, I'd say that's pretty fucking laggy. 'Cause you're about 15 minutes out. Proper exercises for competitive gamers. Alright. I just got laid off. Gonna start looking into working at a local studio. Any advice? Yeah, learn something they don't know. Trust me. And that's actually really good advice. That's what I did. Be valuable. Be irreplaceable. Have the upper hand. That reminds me of that ass pennies video again. I've got the upper hand. You stick pennies up your ass for confidence. Be that guy. Basically. Your salty crew of sea dogs. Never mind. It's an old YouTube video. It's fucking hilarious. Ass pennies. You're just gonna have to Google it. It's really funny. I always wanted to give this as advice. What is it? I'll find it. You just actually have to hear the audio. You don't even need to. You don't even need to fucking. Oh man, yeah, it's this one. I think.
Last night?
No, it's not that one. What happened to the OG one? What's with all these like stupid remakes of it? The fuck? Where is it? Here's. Oh my god, I can't even. It's. What did it get deleted off the internet? I want to watch the original one. Maybe it's this one.
Yeah, okay, sure.
No, that's not it. Never gonna find it. It's gone. It's been removed from the internet. That sucks. Holy shit, I'm on like page 5 and I still don't see it. There are so many videos related to ass pennies. It's actually kind of sad. I can't. I hate looking for things and not finding it, because then I go on a mission. Let me Google it. Oh, found it.
Well, this one looks pretty good. This one's from my godfather.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, it probably is. But I just found it. Because I'm good at internet. So...
Was he booked today?
Suck.
So anyways, I finally got a meeting with Bellamy, the Bacon Bits King. Now, I know my campaign's awesome. The problem is, everybody I talk to says Bellamy's a real ball breaker.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah. Well, Nick, you're my brother, and you're incredibly successful.
Yes, I am.
I was hoping that maybe you could give me some tips that might give me an edge when I meet with him.
Okay, sure. Here's a good one. When you greet him, give him a good firm handshake and don't release until he does.
No. I want something different, something special.
Wear a red tie.
Power tie. That's Bush League. I'm talking about a secret weapon here, Nick.
Oh, secret weapon, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know what you're after. But if I tell you, you got to promise not to tell anybody else.
I promise.
That's a sort of a long-term strategy. When's your meeting with Bellamy?
Week from today.
Oh, not much time. But it might work. Yeah, okay, sure. Every time a penny passes through your hands, stick it up your ass.
What?
And then spend it.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah. I thought you were really going to help me. How does sticking pennies up my ass give me an edge when I meet with them?
You don't just stick them up your ass, you spend them. Now, like I said, it's a long-term strategy. I've been doing this for 11 years now. Every day for the past 11 years, I've stuck $30 in pennies up my ass. I use them for everything. Cab rides, movie theater, groceries.
What does that accomplish?
Will you listen? It's a lot of ass pennies I got out there, my friend. And here's where the magic comes in. When I meet with someone who intimidates me, who puts me on edge, a real hard ass, I just think to myself, they've probably handled one of my ass pennies. In fact, they probably have one in their pocket right then. That just seems to sort of give me the upper hand. I mean, hey, I haven't touched anything that's been in their ass. Hey, where's Bellamy like to eat?
He likes to eat at the pump room.
Great, here's what you do. Go to the bank today, get yourself $50 in pennies. Stick them all up your ass.
Oh, please.
One at a time, of course. You go to the pump room, buy yourself a nice dinner, paying entirely in pennies. Now, they'll be using your pennies for next week at least. Bellamy goes in there to eat, he gets your ass pennies for change. By the time you meet with him, you know he's had something in his hand that you've had in your ass.
So?
So then you got the upper hand.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. It's just like imagining someone in their underwear.
No, it's not. It's horrible.
Yeah, well, it works for me.
You know what? I used to look up to you. I used to think you really had it together.
Oh, I do have it together, little brother. You don't pull down 8 figures a year without having it together.
You don't have it together, Nick. You stick pennies up your ass for confidence. That's not having it together.
Do you think you're better than me?
I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't have to. It's written all over your face. You have any change in your pocket?
Why?
Take it out.
Why?
Go on. Take it out and take a good look at it. Oh, my. You've got a few pennies in there, don't you? I've been sticking $30 in pennies up my ass for the past 11 years. That's 3,000 pennies a day. 21,000 pennies a week. 1,092,000 pennies a year. To date, that's 12,012,000 pennies. 8 times the population of Nebraska. Those pennies were in my ass. You think you're better than me? Well, you're not better than me. You handle my ass pennies every day. You pick up my ass pennies for good luck. You throw my ass pennies in fountains and make wishes on them. You give my ass pennies to your little daughter to buy gumballs with. You handle my ass pennies every day. All of you. You all handle my ass pennies. I laugh at you before you can laugh at me. Because your pennies have been in my ass. You hear me?
So wrong. I think someone just came in. Maybe Dean's here. Oh, there he is. Well, let's meet Dean.
Hey.
Hey, the stream is up, just so you know.
Stream?
Yeah, come on. Okay. Just don't say cunt or shit or fuck.
Don't use any language?
No, I'm joking. No, I'm just saying the camera's on, people are watching.
Oh, okay.
I was just fucking around. Dean, world, Dean.
Hello, world.
Yeah. I'm sure they're all...
What's good?
Oh my god, you gotta see this video. They're gonna be like, fuck, he's gonna play it again. Dude, watch this. It's fucking hilarious.
Suck.
So anyways,
Shoot
I
it.
finally got a meeting with Bellamy, the Bacon
No.
Bits King. Now, I know my campaign's awesome. The problem is, everybody I talk to says Bellamy's a real ball breaker.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah. Well, Nick, you're my brother, and you're incredibly successful.
Yes, I am.
I was hoping that maybe you could give me some tips that might give me an edge when I meet with him.
Okay, sure. Here's a good one. When you greet him, give him a good firm handshake and don't release until he does.
No. I want something different, something special.
Wear a red tie.
Power tie. That's Bush League. I'm talking about a secret weapon here, Nick.
Oh, secret weapon, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know what you're after. But if I tell you, you got to promise not to tell anybody else.
I promise.
That's a sort of a long-term strategy. When's your meeting with Bellamy?
Week from today.
Oh, not much time. But it might work. Yeah, okay, sure.
Those shorts are gotta go.
Every time a penny passes through your hands, stick it up your ass.
What?
And then spend it.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah. I thought you were really gonna help me. How does sticking pennies up my ass give me an edge when I meet with him?
You don't just stick them up your ass, you spend them. Now, like I said, it's a long-term strategy. I've been doing this for 11 years now. Every day for the past 11 years, I've stuck $30 in pennies up my ass. I use them for everything. Cab rides, movie theater, groceries.
What does that
Will
accomplish?
you listen? It's a lot of ass pennies I got out there, my friend. And here's where the magic comes in. When I meet with someone who intimidates me, who puts me on edge, a real hard ass, I just think to myself, they've probably handled one of my ass pennies. In fact, they probably have one in their pocket right then. That just seems to sort of give me the upper hand. I mean, hey, I haven't touched anything that's been in their ass. Hey, where's Bellamy like to eat?
He likes to eat at the pump room.
Great, here's what you do. Go to the bank today, get yourself $50 in pennies. Stick them all up your ass.
Oh,
One at a time, of course. You go to the pump room, buy yourself a nice dinner, paying entirely in pennies. Now, they'll be using your pennies for next week at least. Bellamy goes in there to eat, he gets your ass pennies for change. By the time you meet with him, you know he's had something in his hand that you've had in your ass.
So?
So then you got the upper hand.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. It's just like imagining someone in their underwear.
No, it's not. It's horrible.
Yeah, well, it works for me.
You know what? I used to look up to you. I used to think you really had it together.
Oh, I do have it together, little brother. You don't pull down 8 figures a year without having it together.
You don't have it together, Nick. You stick pennies up your ass for confidence. That's not having it together.
Do you think you're better than me?
I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't have to. It's written all over your face. You have any change in your pocket?
Why?
Take it out.
Why?
Go on. Take it out and take a good look at it. Oh, my. You've got a few pennies in there, don't you? I've been sticking $30 in pennies up my ass for the past 11 years. That's 3,000 pennies a day. 21,000 pennies a week. 1,092,000 pennies a year. To date, that's 12,012,000 pennies. 8 times the population of Nebraska. Those pennies were in my ass. You think you're better than me? Oh, you're not better than me. You handle my ass pennies every day. You pick up my ass pennies for good luck. You throw my ass pennies in fountains and make wishes on them. You give my ass pennies to your little daughter to buy gumballs with. You handle my ass pennies every day. All of you. You all handle my ass pennies. I laugh at you before you can laugh at me. Because your pennies have been in my ass. You hear me?
It's so old. It's so good. Someone said like, "Hey, someone says like, someone in my chat said, "Oh, I'm quitting my job and I'm gonna go intern at a studio. Do you have any advice?" And I was like, "Oh yeah."
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Awesome. For some reason.
Oh my god! You know what? I A and B'd the. I don't have it set up to do it anymore, but I A and B'd the UAD Culture Vulture with the same gains, the same.
Exactly the same.
Exactly. It's fucking close.
Really, eh?
Really, like, why did I just buy a Culture Vulture close? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only difference was the plug-in version was a little harsh, like a little brighter, but
Brighter.
not like nothing.
Yeah.
A little slope on it won't do.
But having it in your hands though is another part of it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Just-
yeah, but no, that's kind of set it and forget it. You know what I mean? You don't really.
Right. Yeah, you're dialing in a tone. Yeah.
Yeah, you
true.
just find it and fucking let it rip.
Yeah.
But man, I wish you were here when I did it. It was like,
So then we're not buying a massive passive then.
no, okay,
Don't need
this
it.
is-
Well, if it's
No,
that close,
well, I don't
then-
know. They can't
Well-
be all modeled perfectly.
Well, I'm telling you, there's guys that are using the A800 Mark II tape emulation, not the tape other emulation they have. They have a few different cheaper versions, but the Studer A800 Mark II, which is the Ferrari of tape machines that have ever been built. A couple came after that, a few other models, the 820.
But they use the UAD one.
But I'm saying the guys in now that are even tape guys are like, okay, it ain't worth the maintenance. It ain't worth this.
yeah,
it ain't worth because it's so close. Like,
Well, that's
really.
what I'm saying. If a tube blows on that thing, fuck it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of shit blowing on it, I think I have to get that 106 serviced.
Oh.
Yeah, refaders. You know, just they're caked and.
Well, let me. I might be able to clean them up. I have some really, really good contact cleaner. It's red stuff. I forget the name of it now, but I've got
Whatever.
good of it. Let me look. I'll see
Yeah,
if I can
yeah.
clean them
Just
up
check
first.
it out because I was moving a cutoff and it was like. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Okay.
So it's got some gunk in there.
Yeah, that might be a simple fix.
Yeah.
But that's neat. Well, now that you have the card, there's other things you own. This is a 2500. You could do the same thing with it. And then you have a 2500, right? So you'll have that in the UAD.
No, I got the Waves one.
Yeah, but I'm saying you have it in the UAD too. If
Does
you've
it?
got the whole card, yes, you do.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure.
API.
You've got the CB,
No,
you've got
it's
the CL1B
It has the
too.
500 and the 550A.
Just
Not
the
tw-
EQs?
Yeah. Boop. And the 550A.
I have the Waves one of the 2500.
Yeah,
they don't have it. I
No,
thought,
they don't have the
oh, maybe
2500.
I must be using must be my Waves one then too that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, probably.
But okay, but you do have the. What about the CL1B? You got
No.
that? Yeah.
UAD?
They don't have Tube Tech and
Yes, they do, my friend.
get the fuck out of here.
They do. Tube Tech CLB right there, so you
Oh
can
my
do that
God.
comparison too.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
You own that as well. So what else do you own in there that they have modeled?
Well, the
Oh, you've got
ML1B.
distressors. They got distressors in there
Yeah,
too.
but not with the Brit mods.
I believe they do.
Oh my god, are you serious? Well, whatever.
I'm just saying they are models though.
Well, you know what? It's funny
And
because I
are
haven't
they
even
gonna
been
send you
using
the
them for
cards?
a while because you know what happened is I switched over to 64-bit so I could basically just access all my RAM, right? Because I got all
Sure.
this RAM, and if
I'm
you run
60
30,
I'm 60.
yeah, but if you run it like I used to always run a 32-bit, right?
Oh really?
Well, yeah, because whatever, right? And then when I switched to 64, because I just had some libraries that were like choking out because it was only using like 32 mega RAM or 32 gig of RAM, and I was like, fuck it. So I switched, and then when I did, all the UAD plugins disappeared, but I didn't know that. I never bothered to fucking look.
Okay.
And you know why they fucking did is because their fucking installer does the default Steinberg VST plugins folder, and I keep them somewhere else, right? So I was like, and now I was like, someone was like, hey, you should AB the Vulture with the plugin. And I was like, oh yeah. And I'm looking for it, and I'm like, I couldn't find it, so I had to go and grab the directory and.
So that's all back then. Well, that's cool. I'm just trying to think of what else you have that's modeled. Oh, we have to get the which I found out the other day, the switch on that SSL working, but that's in there too. That's a UAD as well.
And waves. They have both. That's about it. Well, VBE. They definitely don't have Lexicon. They definitely don't have the Also or the Clariphone.
No, but they have the Lexicon 225, which
they don't have the Phoenix.
No Phoenix, no.
They have the what?
I think they.
Oh, the old Lexicon.
Do they have
yeah,
the 224. 224. I said 225. I meant 224.
Yep. But that's it. Everything else is pretty boutique.
That's true.
And that EMS filter bank, I want to use that too at some point. Did you plug that in? No. There's it's just a Edison.
Yes, we haven't included that on the bay just yet. That's one.
No, it doesn't go in the bay.
It doesn't go in the bay. Oh, you just need power to it.
No, you see the
I can do that.
I/O is patch cable, so it would have to come around into the desk, like just as an insert or something. You know what I mean?
So yes,
because there's nothing in the back. It's just the front panel. You just go in, and then you pick your band, and then out.
I get it. I'm gonna grab a Euro right now. IEC.
Yeah.
You do that. Take me 2 seconds.
Okay. This is not Dean Wilson. This is Dean Malton. There's two Deans. Dean Malton is my new studio tech. Dean Wilson is my manager. He's in LA. We're in Toronto. Two different Deans. What's with the shit noises recently? What are you talking about? I don't hear no fucking ass, and pennies. Ass and pennies. I know. Everyone's like, man, another Dean. So now it's like Dean, Dina, David. They're all D's. Deadmau5. Now, Dean knows his shit. He knows what's going on. That's why he's a studio engineer. I'm not gonna hire some dude who has opinions. I want a dude who knows shit. I'm not making any fucking noises, am I? Let me use my chair. That? It's probably my chair. My chair is like 20 years old. It's the same chair. I've had this chair in like 3 different studios. I gotta take a piss. I might have to actually kill the stream in a bit because I have to help move a tool chest thing. One sec, I'll be back.
The world is still listening. This is all changing once the new console shows up. So, and it's all going to get rewired and relabeled and done properly. It's done properly right now. It's just sloppy. because we're making sure and checking what works, repairs, so on.
You never put it in the case.
What's up?
You never put it in the case.
Put
The
what?
LTD base.
What in the case? I'm sorry.
The LTD base.
LTDB. No, not yet. I'm gonna bring it with the case after I get the jazz done, because I can't seem to find a case for it.
It wouldn't fit in any of the.
I already have the jazz in the base case, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
So I'm gonna do the jazz this weekend, and then I'll take the LTD next weekend, or do it when I come back Monday.
whatever.
It'll get done. Oh, I can't wait. That Les Paul's a gorgeous instrument. It's gonna.
You gotta fucking
Come
throw
to
down
life.
some fucking bass tracks.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna fucking bassist now.
Bring the new 5 over.
I'll do the pops.
I gotta bring some of my like I got just not a whole lot of stuff, but I had a couple tunes I wrote last year for this group in Italy called what were they called again now? Because it was in Italian.
Dos Hermanos.
No, it wasn't quite that bad. It'll come to me.
It's Spanish.
It's kind of like that. But anyway, I do two tunes I did for them. And then just before I had them coming from Italy to track the vocals, it was a trio of girls that all had one, like the Italian version of, American Idol or whatever, right? So they were all definite finalists in that. And this manager that I worked with at the casino, Paolo Sandini, and he manages like Sophia Loren, all kinds of Italian artists, both artists and or musicians. Anyway, he was trying to put together this super group with these 3 girls. So just before they came from Italy, they all got in a big cat fight, fucking broke up. So I got paid in full and I never even finished the fucking project. Like,
Wow.
I got to start finding more girl groups. You get paid and don't have to finish it. It's awesome.
Right? Oh, try Fifth Harmony next week.
Fifth Harmony. Yeah.
Cash in on that one.
For some reason, my mail isn't linking to this laptop, Joel.
Because you don't even set up.
Okay. I started Chrome.
Oh, yeah, no.
I tried to just get on Google this morning and then it made me go through Chrome and blah, blah, so.
Be careful about saying passwords. And all
Oh, I'm not saying that, Catherine. No, we're still live.
Well, look, if you go here,
All right.
you kind of could set it up with your client in there, but just use the web one.
No, I prefer if you set it up because everything you've set up so far now just
do it
works.
with the web browser, right? So then do.
Works so good. I mean, everything's integrating completely perfectly with my phone.
And then, just do that.
It's pretty
do
awesome.
it through the web browser because it's right here, right?
Yeah.
And I'll actually save the password so you don't have to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So there.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one way I think you can. I'll just bookmark it.
There you go.
Oops, whatever.
What?
I don't know. Just click on that.
You've done this to me for years. I don't know. Just click on it.
Yeah, just click on it.
But it's not. What's the name of it? I
don't know. Just click it.
Just click on that.
It'll work. But
John
yeah.
Oslinger hasn't gotten back to me yet either from Nashville for
Who?
this. He runs Olay Music Publishing here in Canada.
Fuck.
Olay handles quite a few different artists over.
John.
It's yeah, you know John Robert Ott.
Why would he get back to you?
Because I'm looking for some country songs for this Ashland.
Me
Vince.
and Dave, or me and Crystal Bell have one.
Oh,
You didn't hear about this?
I heard about Crystal Bell doing country, but I thought he was working with Jason Barry.
No, I did
Kitchener.
one.
Oh, you did one
like
too.
this is like fucking 10 years ago.
Oh, I did one with him 12 years ago with
exactly.
Gigliotti.
When he was doing the it was probably right around that exact same time.
Yeah,
when he
I
was
think
like
you're
Canadian Idol, Crystal Bell.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, he's country.
Well, he always was.
No, he wasn't. He was pop. The stuff that did with.
But we did country music for him.
I did. Really? How long ago? 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, then I give him
that,
credit. If he's
I
been
was,
doing
I
it
was
for
living
10
in the
years.
falls, and me and Paul were drinking.
No, when I met him,
Yeah.
it was Paul. He was working with Paul, so of course it went poppy, which is nothing wrong with that. But I mean,
Or maybe it was Dave.
Dave that worked with Chris. Yeah, I know him.
But no, at the end of the day, we wrote a country song called "Blue Blue Jeans."
Okay.
It was so bad.
It was so.
It was so fucking bad.
Well, I got a tune on radio right now with Ashlyn Vince here in Canada. She's picked up a few stations, but it was a real rush job because she's a good little writer and she's getting her writing chops coming together. But I still had to find her a song, and I had to find it in 2 weeks. So it was Nathan Meckel is the guy that wrote it in Nashville.
Right.
I'm supposed to be getting something from John. He's supposed to be sending me some stuff to listen to that's available. We almost picked up a Frank Myers song, but the whole camp wasn't into it. The radio tracker was a little iffy about it. So
I don't know. I can't get into that shit. I find fucking country music
It's
is more
world I'm in.
formulaic and repetitive than electronic music.
yeah,
I think so.
well, these days, I mean,
Well, yeah.
we won't get into a big discussion about that. But I mean,
Blue truck.
oh, if I hear truck or back road one more time in a song, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. What's the other big one this year?
Put your fucking hands up.
Back road, dirt road, truck. Of course, truck. Truck's been there for 3 decades now. But
Since truck.
bro country is dead. Please, like, we've got so many other versions of pop. We don't.
everything's
let it be what
working.
it is. Sorry.
No, it's alright.
So how'd things go last night?
Oh, fucking awesome.
How far did you go?
Done.
You're done the track?
No, I'm done tracking.
Tracking
them.
his vocal.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The rope.
Okay, let's talk about this. I've been thinking about this overnight.
Is this a normal thing when you're working in Ableton that you have to shift the wave every time you do
Well,
something?
yeah, latency compensation, right? I do it manually. You can shut it off, but I don't fucking trust it for shit. So I just move it manually.
But okay, really? So if you're tracking a vocal, shouldn't you trust it for the vocal? The reason is that if
No, because
you want to listen to it back and find out.
I
if
know
it's-
Ableton handles it differently than Cubase would. Cubase, you're right. Yeah, you have like
Cubase,
you
you
have
have-
zero latency, whatever.
And I figured out also too, because we were rushing yesterday, why we didn't get that going. We forgot about the QMix. What we should have done is QMix should have been routed to those listening channels for him. That's where we needed it. Because every time you had to make a clone, we didn't need to do that. We had to set up the output channels in QMix and route them to those outs, right? And then we would have been fine. We didn't have that set up. So anyway. we
Either
did that.
way, I got it.
Yeah. You got it done. Awesome. Did you guys get some time to spend some socially as well last night? I know the girls were, when I was on my way, I was like,
Oh yeah,
how much longer are
we
they
were
gonna
watching.
be?
We were
I'm like,
watching.
maybe a little while.
We walked in halfway through Elf
Yeah.
and ended up watching it.
There you
'Cause
go.
I guess that's
Good.
what you do
had
at the
some time
holidays.
together to hang, which is good too.
I see him all the time.
I look forward to working with him a bit more. That's good. He's really good.
See, now that's not
See, that's
shifted.
still not it.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
I
that's
know
when
it's
as soon as you
out.
hit play, I was like, what's going, it hasn't been locked in. What'd you say, 100 milliseconds or something? So you're saying that latency changes with how many tracks you have armed?
And no, not how many tracks you have armed. This is the problem. Cubase must disable in the I/O of the ASIO everything that you're not using when you go to track, right? Because
No,
if
I have.
the more in I/O I enable or disable within Ableton's preferences, the more latency is introduced.
Yeah, see, and that's
That's right.
that's happening in the background with every program, though, Joel.
I know, but
why doesn't-
Ableton isn't meant to be a
Tracking,
PDC
it's not meant to
wizard.
record. It gives you a record button, and it gives you access to input. How come it doesn't give you some way to have the latency compensation done? So
I
that
don't
when
know,
you...
dude. I don't live in Berlin.
Okay, well, there's got to be something I can find in there that.
Nah, fuck it. Like, no, because I'm going to port
What-
over back to Cubase anyway when we get the console.
Yeah.
And I'll just use Ableton as rewire if I have to, which is going to sync perfectly.
Right.
Fuck it, who cares?
Okay, I'm just saying, like, but there is. So there is. You're telling me there is a direct monitoring function within Ableton. You just choose not to use it.
No, there is no direct monitoring within Ableton. That's what the
That's
problem
why
is.
you have to deal with this latency.
Yeah. There is an option for reduced latency when monitoring, but not no latency when
No, but
monitoring.
what I'm asking you is why, despite the monitoring, why is it not landing in the track in time?
Because it's fucking Ableton. It's I don't know.
I gotta get into that.
Ableton is not Cubase. It's not Pro Tools. It's not Logic by a long
You're
shot.
right. It's not Logic because I mean, like it should be landing.
I
in
know,
time,
but
man.
it's not a tracker.
Explains
Ableton
a lot
Live.
of-
Ableton Live was developed in mind so that you could perform stuff,
Perform,
clip-based
okay.
things.
I know
right?
that. I
It was
do.
never even meant to be a fucking multi-track DAW by a long shot.
Okay.
It just so happens to kind of be workable as one.
Right.
You know, so it's kind of funny because I perform live with fucking Cubase and I track with Ableton, which is totally fucking stupid. But
It's just-
I know.
You
Well,
said it.
because Cubase is more robust playing, you know, your SMPTE out and all that shit, and it's gonna fucking lock. And Ableton sometimes, you know, wigs out and crashes or whatever. You know.
Okay, so while we're on the topic, explain to me this MADI thing. You're telling me you're running RMEs, or what your actual conversion is, but the MADI is a connection to that RME?
Yes.
That's what you mentioned yesterday.
That's
so
all it is.
Explain that to me. So the RMEs run into these units here?
Yes, directly.
Directly.
And the back, it's this. I'll show you a picture.
So what is the advantage of doing that? Is that just for your connectivity here?
Your
in the
I/O.
room? For your connectivity here in the room. Okay.
Okay, so look,
So
RME,
instead of having the RMEs in the room, why wouldn't you just connect to them? That's what I'm getting at.
how? This is what I do. This is the back of the. This is what an RME. This is what it looks like.
Oh, I thought you were talking. Oh.
This is what one of my cards looks like. That's it. There's no I/O on it. There's one analog out for like ref, right?
Okay.
But this is optical MADI. That's optical MADI, and then this is word clock in and out, and then this is coax MADI.
All right. Yeah,
So only MADI. So it has to go to a MADI.
So all that
interface.
really is okay. But so the conversion is not in this box.
No,
it's in there.
no, it's in there.
That's
But
just MADI.
there, these sometimes these have pre's, sometimes they don't. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. And then this company is
Dotec.
Dotec. So Dotec
Has nothing to do with
Army. Okay.
No.
All right. So
You could use anything that is MADI spec.
Okay.
You know.
So just know I've only been here a week, so I'm still trying. There's all kinds of systems I need to sort of.
Well, they don't know it either.
Well, I'm just saying.
Maybe
there may be
one
some
or
people
two.
out there that understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
completely.
Well, there's Oh, nice. All right, fair enough.
All right, so there's no latency. It's not, the latency has nothing to do. Again, I'm just thinking through things I was thinking last night, but the latency has absolutely nothing to do with the
No.
cards then.
Well,
no, because
yes,
it
because
does.
the card, the more I/O your MADI isn't like as pure as having a DI in a card, because you're doing trips,
Right.
especially over multiple cards.
So yeah. So
latency is like so variable between all these apps, except for ones that support direct
tell me the
monitoring.
reason that when you switch to this card,
To
why?
truly direct monitor, you have to go into this, right? Which has nothing to do with Cubase, has nothing to do with.
Yeah, this is just the card. So
Now I can direct monitor, right? You know what I mean? So here, for example, channel 129 right here is that pre that's on, right?
Right.
So we see our mic going in, and then it's going. See PH?
PH.
Yeah, PH. It's the phone jack, right, on the outside.
Okay.
And the phone jack I have connected to my streaming computer, right? So what I'm doing is I'm giving that much level to my streaming computer, right? And then if I click on 1 and 2, it's going to be all the way down because 1 and 2 is here. So if I start to turn this up, oh so slightly, it's going to start to feed back, right?
Right.
And you don't want to do that.
No.
So, like, that's their routing system. But you can do this, too. Like, you can... Hey,
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Kelly, I'm streaming, just so you know.
Hello, friends.
No
They can
cinnamon
hear you
right
now.
No
Oh,
cinnamon?
hi, friends.
Oh, look. Right in the mic.
Oh, here are your nuts.
These nuts.
These nuts.
Here are your nuts.
So, I have lunch all set up for you guys because I'm leaving.
All right.
Katie's gonna make it. Around 3, and then you guys will go for dinner at the Chop House because Chris Ray will be here.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I gotta be gone.
You're gonna be gone.
He's
by
gonna be
5.
gone. He's coming
Well, you
here
go-
earlier.
you
I'll
go
go.
eat
I'll
with
go to
Chris
dinner with
Ray.
Chris.
But then lunch will be around.
I've got
3.
all this stuff to take care of, right? So I've got a meeting with my
Dean.
accountant tonight.
You look
and
all
his wife.
sleepy too. Why are you here so early?
Oh, because it's been I'm sleepy because I'm not sleeping at night. So I'm still
Yeah.
excited. Still
Still
soaking
stoked
it in. Yeah.
to be working, I guess. The novelty will wear off.
I'm working with you.
No, I think I'm gonna be I'm gonna
gonna
be going
enjoy it.
pretty hard for a few months for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Might as well get the most value out of that then before the novelty does, in fact, wear off.
No.
Remember you said you were gonna quit? That was like 6 cigarettes since I cleaned it this morning. 7.
8.
Whose vape is that out on the counter?
Mine.
Kelly's.
Oh,
Oh.
don't smoke that one.
I didn't touch it.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I would never touch it. No.
Let me get you some.
If you're
though.
gonna get me one, I was
Yeah.
expecting to be in a box with plastic on it. I'm not gonna
No,
just
no,
like
no,
start
okay.
hauling on a vape
Yeah.
sitting on a counter. I just saw it there.
Okay, bye.
This is the matrix view, which sucks
Okay.
ass, but same
I
same
know.
idea, right? So you have software playback and your I/O, right? So this is physical up here. You know, so of course I have like, you know, fucking 192 outputs per card because here you pick between card 1 and card 2,
Yeah, interesting.
right? So it's only 192 each at a
So,
time.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
What,
Dude,
dude, fuck it. Like once we get the console in, all this shit don't matter. Really.
Right. Okay.
I can use Ableton. I can use whatever, because whatever's coming into Ableton at the end of the fucking day is going to be a sum of whatever's on the board.
Right.
Except for my multi-track going out to the board. You know what I mean? By 32 channels.
But what I'm saying is my goal is for you to never have to worry about shifting a wave.
Well, we
landing on the bar.
Because all my shit's going to be done outboard, on the board. There's going to be zero latency because there's no DSP. You know what I mean? And then it gets printed, and then we catch it and hit record.
But even still,
and if it is shifted, the whole thing.
But even still, if after you catch something, you decide you want to run it out again and do what are you calling it, a round trip, you should still not have a problem with latency. That should not be happening. If you have, like at least with any other card in the world, that should not be happening.
Okay.
So we got to figure out if that little thing in that thing that you have in the tower is going to do that or not. But
you mentioned it's piss warm.
Oh, it looks like it's cold.
It's not.
You were talking about, was it Horace, that emerging technology stuff yesterday?
Oh, network audio.
Yeah, I'm going to look at that a little bit.
Ravenna.
Yeah, well,
Ravenna is the protocol they're using.
Ravenna is the protocol.
Yeah,
Horace is
the Horace,
and then they have a smaller one. The smaller one is all you
need. The Happy?
I don't know what it is, but if we're talking about that room over there becoming a floor or a recording floor, and you have the vocal booth, those are the only two things you got to worry about. You don't need Horace. Like, even the amount of I/O you have right now, you're not utilizing necessarily all of it, but you don't need that.
No, you need a Horace. You just don't need a fully loaded one. Because you put the cards in the back.
The cards in. Okay, you start with the Horace rack, but yeah, okay. But I don't know. It's like, I got to think about, because I mean, that should not be happening. Like that round trip issue.
Doesn't bug me. Yet.
What about UAD? Are they going to send us any cards to check out or no?
Not that I know of.
I thought you said you were going to talk to them about that.
I am going to talk to them about that.
Okay.
I haven't.
No, okay. Because I'm saying these plugins that you're impressed with, for instance, like the Vulture, whatever.
I got quad satellite.
You can only do it post right now, is what I'm saying.
So?
I'm just saying. You have to understand that. You can't track it through it right now unless you're using a UAD card. Okay.
I know.
Oh, actually, you have a card. I just found it yesterday.
No.
You know. I know you know. The duet. That's all you need.
Well, yeah.
2 in. Perfect.
Well, yeah, but you can't run it at the same time as another interface. That's the only problem.
Yes.
And you can't use a duet going into a need. And then, like, use the 2 channels.
No, but you can.
And then you can use the rest of the board as a fucking laptop stand.
No.
That's the first thing I'm gonna do. You know that, right?
Build a laptop stand.
No. I'm gonna as soon as the console's in and everything, I'm gonna put a laptop on it.
And you're gonna take a
picture
out.
of it. I'm gonna take the headphone out and go into the fucking.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. And I'm gonna say, hey man, check out my new laptop stand. I swear to God, honestly, Google. Watch. Let me do this. Watch. I'm gonna. Do you know any A-list DJs?
Yes, you.
No, other than me.
No, personally, no.
No, just names.
Oh, like Skrillex or something like that, or okay, maybe not him, but
well, that's a tough one. But I bet you there is one. I shit you not. Every photograph of that. Hey, I'm in the studio, but they don't never do their studios because they, they'll get Westwood Sound or something like that. Every fucking picture I've ever seen, SSL 64 channel, 128 fucking channels, laptop, boom, right on the fucking faders and everything. And I'm like, dude,
they're there for the
cool
monitors.
laptops.
Yeah, they must be there for the monitors.
Oh, it's so good. New Martin Garrix setup. Oh my God, really? I wonder if someone's done it.
Laptops.
Let's see here. Images. I'll bet you it's the top result. BAM! Look at that shit! What console is that?
That's an SS.
That's a huge.
No, that's not an SSL.
No.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Red, blue, green. That's the EQs. I don't know if it's from that angle.
That's got to be a 64 channel for sure. 1, 2.
Well, we
3.
can't even see where it starts.
That's what I mean. Yeah. But I can
but
see the width
he's
of that.
in the center, so yeah, you're looking at that's.
And then this guy on the fader pack. If that was my board and I'd kill him. Oh, here you go. Another one. Boom. In the studio, bro.
Yeah.
Killing it. Yeah, actually, my actual studio.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
But we're gonna be using that thing. That's the cool part of it.
Oh, he took it off. He probably got yelled at.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them laptop stands. Other people call them consoles.
Yeah. I call them consoles.
It's cool looking, but what's with the parallel walls?
Where? Oh yeah, the back. Yeah, that's not a good idea.
But those are nice and reflecting.
Yeah, there you go. Let's put some curved plexiglass beside my head. See how that works.
It's like just walk
Hey,
in the
Martin,
studio with one of those
send him the
dog
picture.
cones on your head.
Exactly. Send that picture to Martin
No.
and say, hey.
Oh, Pilsner.
Yeah, Pilsner. Say, hey, what about this idea? Get some fish. 3 giant fish tanks.
You
on
could
either
do
side
it.
of me.
Oh, no. You can't have plexi floors.
Plexi? No.
That'd be cool, though, having some cutouts with a koi pond underneath.
Was this, by the way,
Oh,
you're on ground here, right?
have you seen the original of this room?
That's what I was just about
Yeah,
to
dude,
talk to
check
you
this
about.
out. If you go to... Look at...
Is there a basement below here?
Yes.
There is. So this
No,
is,
the theater.
theater is below this.
Yeah. Sure is.
That's,
Look what Martin did. Can you believe that?
that's awesome.
That's what it was. Then when we moved
That's
in,
what it was.
and then he fucking...
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Because I remember seeing this on the site, and I'm like, why does that look... Oh my god, that's the room.
That's the room.
We had a fireplace in here, 2 doors, a porch,
Wow.
and everything. He fucking gutted everything. That ceiling is like a lot of fucking ceiling, so it goes way the fuck up there.
Right.
So actually...
he utilized it.
Oh yeah, he
Dang.
pulled it down. Yeah. And he hung the ceiling off it.
So that was okay. That's cool.
Hang on.
Now, did he reinforce this floor?
Yes. No, it's floated.
No, I'm talking about structure.
Why? What do you want to do?
Well, what I'm talking about is because right now there's a lot of weight on this structure, and you have a theater below it, right? But he didn't do anything to the floor itself for structure.
No.
Okay. Did he ever talk to you about reversing it, putting the studio where the theater was, and putting this?
No, I want it. I want it up here.
I know you wanted it up here, but did he try to talk you out of it?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Floods happen in basements.
True.
We're carved into the escarpment wall right there.
Right. Okay.
Not a good look. And it's actually happened.
It's flooded.
Okay. We had our whole basement remodeled and everything. It was about that deep in shit because some asshole was.
No, the only reason I ask that is because floats ideally work best on concrete, right?
Yeah.
On a slab, right? That's
Can't
all.
always give
And
it to
not
them.
on a ceiling, or a second floor. That's the only reason why I asked.
Oh, whoops! I accidentally.
Same with my studio. My studio's not on a slab. It's on a wood floor to start the float. Same thing.
It's not that big of a deal. I don't pump 120 dB a sub. So
Right.
It's like,
No, but even still, like, for instance, if I was to go through those doors while someone's in the vocal booth,
oh, you'd hear it.
and that what I'm saying, if it was on a slab, that probably would be less of that. I mean, you could literally go through that door and slam it, and you
just
shouldn't hear
make
it.
a note not to open and shut the doors during recordings. So maybe you can wire up a big red light that says "on air,"
On air. Now you have
and then get another one too that says "applause."
Well, you already have a "fuck off" on the door.
Oh,
so
there
that
you
should
go.
do it.
Obey.
No need a red light. Just "fuck off" on the door when it's shut. That pretty much says it all.
Yes, I actually have a sign that says "fuck off" on the outside of the studio.
You got another random "fuck off" sign somewhere. Did you get 2 of them when you got it?
Oh yeah, it's in Katie's office.
Oh, it's a
They're plates.
There you go.
They go in your car, but
Right.
kind of frowned upon by the police.
Right. The po. As my buddies call them. So yes, I found enough stands too.
Huh?
I found enough stands for the monitors that we're gonna have in the room.
Oh, the focals?
The focals, those are gotta come up here. Those are beautiful.
All right. Do you want the sub for it? Because I got the sub too. Oh, wait, no. What am I talking about? They have subs.
Okay. You were talking about, I know you got to get to work here, so I'm going to get out of your way and start doing work myself, but I had a couple more things I want to talk to you about. You were talking about that being a lounge area? Just outside the door?
Katie's just going to grab a couple of chairs and an ashtray.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I'm not...
No, I'm just...
Calm down, Martha.
Microphone...
Cabinet room. You said microphone locker in the other room? With
Yeah,
the shelves
where those
are?
shelves are, I think. Are you... Now... Those cases.
Well,
like
we
you
left
call,
that...
You call that the back, like a tour room or back?
No, eventually I'm going to get all that shit out, and then Kelly can actually use it as a room for something, like her stupid yoga or whatever. It's a room of the house.
Right,
It's
yeah.
not a storage unit. I just put shit there because that was the quickest place to put shit coming in from the garage.
And that was my next question. You don't have
a load-in
road
bay
access at the lower level.
Not easy, no.
Not
No,
easily.
it has to come through the front door or the garage.
Okay, that's
Preferably the garage. And that's why shit always ends up in there, because Robin's like,
Right, yeah.
where do you want it? And I'm like, honestly, just put it right fucking
Well,
there.
now that I'm around, though, the next time anything gets dropped off, if it's being dropped off to something, there's immediately two people.
Robin usually comes
it
with
can
like
get
3 or 4
downstairs.
guys. You just gotta direct them to bring it down into wherever.
Right. So, yeah, So it doesn't have to happen today, but we want to figure out what room downstairs is going to become the actual backline room.
Yeah.
And, I also figured out a way to organize all of your stomp pedals.
Oh.
You
Like
already own a pile of bricks, right? Which power supplies.
Oh yeah, I just have to find all the right things.
Which this is
All right,
what I'm
right,
talking
right.
about. I want to get there's
a pedal board.
These are the new pedal boards. They're all Velcro. And they come in hard cases. I could take all of them and probably eat it. I could use half the shelf space.
2.
You got a lot of pedals, man.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is we could build like a distortion box. You pull it out. It's boom, boom, boom. It's your
All
choices
pre-wired?
of distortion. If you want them to be, I could have them all ready, powered. You have to go looking for adapters. You just walk in and go distortion. Boom. You open it up. You pop it down here.
You just get one of those
boom, 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 boom.
Boss multi-effects.
No. Jesus, you're hilarious. That's you and your hosts of cabling too. He gets me every time.
Yeah, okay. No,
you know what
that
I'm
sounds good.
saying?
We'll get...
And then I could do a modulation one. I could do a distortion one, a delay one.
They make some really crazy ones.
You've got some great stuff, but
no, I mean like pedal switchboards.
Yes.
Like digital ones that are
For
like,
guitar
that
players
do
and
analog
stuff.
switching. You know what I mean, with real old pedals, because nobody wants to
But
use this.
a lot of your pedals are true bypass pedals anyway, so you could link. And I'm thinking like maybe 8 on a board.
Sure.
So I'll count how many you have. And I'll figure out how many boards you need. But either way, they come in hard cases, and you can stack them. Like we could literally take all of those pedals and eat up like
a couple $100 each, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ish.
probably.
But I can probably get a deal on them because I'm gonna buy 6 or 8 of them or whatever the
Oh,
heck we
okay.
need.
And then you could just.
Yeah, then when you want to grab something, you just have to go on. I want those modulation pedals. Or there they are. Now there's 8 of them on a board. There might be 2 cases of modulation, 2 cases of distortion. Like you've got hundreds.
Yeah,
of
the
them.
other Moogs too.
The other Moogs, all of them.
Well, they're
could be
pretty much already like that. You just have to wire them.
Yes, but they could go on that
That
board,
pedal
and they
board
could
with
go
the
in a
Velcro.
case, and then I can stack cases. I can't. Right now we're eating
right.
up tons and tons of shelf space, and even if you get a moment to go, I really want.
Whatever. I use hose cables.
But like if you were to, sorry, that hurt.
I bet.
Yeah.
It's hot.
But like I'm saying that way it's just easier. You don't, and if you have a creative moment, you go, I want this pedal. You can run in there, and you pull it out. You plug in one IEC, and you've got all your choices right there on the board working.
Okay, that's like last on the list, but yes.
Yeah,
I
well, it
understand
could
what you're
be,
saying.
but it's also part of like getting that stuff organized too. It's not. It might be last on the list, but I mean, I can put those pedal boards together in a day probably if I had that stuff.
I wonder what is just online if you. Whoa.
Yeah, people are showing.
This motherfucker right here.
Yeah, well, that's
that's
great.
oh my, that's cable porn.
Yeah, and nice job on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's all this? Is this
That's
like
all
patch
switching.
bait?
So what he? Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a performance thing. So
Yeah, that's definitely a guitar player that's got a lot of amplification going on post.
What?
No, they sound, yeah. There's some stupid stuff out there. There's big drum kits out there too.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
They make these drum kits where you have to like get on a ladder to hit the crash cymbals on the top. Like, what's the point?
I think it's something like that. But with Velcro.
No. Actually, what's the company? Let me think of it here.
Behringer?
No.
Gator?
No.
Well, they look at that. They do a cool thing with an aluminum case.
They're steel. They come in a case, so they come in a soft bag.
That's exactly it right here. I'm looking right at it.
Yeah, well, that's a red one.
Gator.
Yeah,
and then it's like a soft bag.
Yeah, but the ones I'm talking about are they're popular. Let me just look here. Look, that's one. Who's that?
That's tiny.
I'm just saying.
Clyde?
No, that's the pedal. But that's the company I'm talking about. That makes the actual pedal board. I just can't. It's not coming to my mind. I just bought. That's the buy. No. There it is. Whatever that company is.
This one.
This pedal board.
Racks like that, like not a board.
It's like that, but you see, there's Velcro, so you can.
Yeah, I know. But is it flat or is it?
No, it's on a bit of an angle.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah. They're all this.
Oh my god, that's what I'm talking about.
What is that all about?
You have no tone at the end of that.
Yeah,
and they're all boss to boot.
Yeah,
it's like, buddy, what's coming at the end of that? Even I don't have a pedal on. Why? That's a really old amp. It's kind of noisy. Oh, there, Pedal Train. Thank you, Pedal Train. That's the company I'm talking about. And they come in a hard case, and they have a place to mount you already own a ton of bricks.
I don't need it like.
No, you don't.
Just be flat.
Well, it could be, but then even if you want to pick it up, you got to have somewhere to put your fingers.
Yeah.
So it's that looks like it's really exaggerated. It's only like whatever 15 degrees.
Oh, there you go. There's a Pedal Train 2. This time it's personal.
There you go.
Well, but it's smaller.
That's right. They make the Junior, the 2.
So
that might be the biggest one. Pedal Train. That's it. You'll find them. There you go. Pedal Train, beautiful.
Yeah.
There you go. Right. So.
Oh, they make them all in different sizes.
All different sizes. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying buy the big ones.
Right.
Buy these big ones, and I just populate them with.
So 3 rows. Looks like.
Yeah, those are.
Could be. Well, I have some weird boutique guys that
Yeah. So but like I'm saying, just sort of categorize them so that if you grab a case, it's all that kind of pedal or all this kind of pedal.
So I only need like 3.
Maybe start with 3.
Yeah. Well, 3. And then
3, and then the rest can be on the shelf, I guess, or in case, or whatever. We can kind of go through them and what's. There you go. Should we show the bottom shot here? See, the pedal power goes right in. I pre-wire all the power. It's just you plug in €1 and boom, you don't have to go looking for adapters. You don't have to go because you already own a pile of this stuff anyway. You've got tons of these. Sort of. No, I've
not enough
4
for 3.
Yes, you do. You have at least 2 Pedal Train, or 2 power bricks, and you have 2 of the power.
Yeah, but then you have to find the leads that are long enough to reach there because the DC brick is the fucking thing's only like that fucking long.
Oh, but I can buy those ones that
are.
They do like
just extra cables.
Yeah, they're
and mail to mail.
No, but they actually have like 4 or 5 on one.
I know, but they go in mail in the thing and then go like a squid.
Like they make. I can just get a bunch of squids for your brick, the bricks you have. Yeah, it's going over the board. That's going overboard. For what we're talking about, I mean, not for what that was. That was awesome.
I mean, I could have got a Behringer mixer.
You mean a Midas mixer?
No, I mean a Mackie.
Don't forget, Behringer bought Midas.
Really?
Yes, they own Midas. That's what the big joke was because at the casino.
That's an upgrade.
That's why they have those new consoles that are like this big and are pretty powerful live consoles, man. Behringer. But if you want to get the real deal, it's actually you buy the Midas version of it. It's a bit more sturdy, a bit more roadworthy.
Neat. How did Behringer's sending me a synth soon. They do a new synth now called the Deep Mind.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good.
I'm sure it is. They've been buying up all kinds of people.
I wonder how. Well, cheap plastic MIDI
by
controllers.
By selling disposable gear, they've mounted enough money to buy all the real companies.
Yeah. Look at this synth.
But you're buying their R&D too, which is,
Yeah, actually, this guy. They want a review on it. What does the sound feel?
Depends on how loud it is.
Yeah.
This is a prototype as well, so we're not going to be reviewing this one.
Yeah. It's a like DC. This is like more classic. This is like the 106 or crack. I'll try it out. It's not out yet. It's coming out real soon, though.
Nice.
I think they're gonna. Their digital boards are decent for budget.
Yeah, the price point. I mean, if you think about consoles that were that big when I came into the industry, were the same amount of money, and they gave you 8 channels with a send and a built-in spring reverb. You know.
Right.
So.
Okay.
The power. All right, I'm going to work. Bye. I'll let you do your thing.
All right, man. Good talk.
In a bit.
Thanks. I have to impose a no farting room rule in the studio. I gotta line this fucking vocal back up now. It's fucking.
Look how everything's working. The tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's.
Whoop. Where did it go? Oh, it should go backwards, not forwards. What am I fucking doing?
Look how everything's working. The tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The roles are reversing. You've broken the circuit. This should have been you. I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it personal, but I'm just a person. Only your person, only your airplane. I couldn't find you in the solar system. I searched it. Wasn't really sure if you existed for certain. But you lit the curtains and some put you got down. I've never been smart, no. Why should I start now? You told me you got me, but you shouldn't say that. I guess this is my fault. I guess this is payback. I used to say that, but I was finesse. I was finesse. I was just messing. Ignoring the mess, pretending I didn't check it. Now you do the same to me, I finally get it. I guess this is karma.
Fix that verse.
Hey, look how everything's working. The table.
Also has to get moved. Yeah, I have to rework the whole track. We just tracked his vocals last night, and now I have to kind of finesse it again.
Yeah, look how everything's working. The tables are hey, look how everything's working. The tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. I did the same stuff, stories I made up. I had to watch a couple women ruin the makeup. I thought we was fucking. She wanted we made love. I guess it was my fault, cause I didn't say much. But we drank the same drinks, we did the same drugs. I should apologize for fucking a day up. But life's getting harder. Way too much drama, way too much drama, way too much drama. War palaver. I guess this is karma. I'm trying to be calmer, but I'm in this lava. I used to say love, but I was finesse. I was finesse. I was just messing. Ignoring the message, pretending I didn't check it. Now you do the same to me, I finally get it. I guess this is karma.
Yeah, I guess that works. Yeah, drum mix is nice. I just I gotta finesse the whole track. Just kind of lining up his vocals here. Which is.
The tables are turning. I guess I deserve it. Perfect. The rules are reversing. You go to the circuit. But you shouldn't say that. I guess this is my fault. I guess this is payback. I used to say that, but I was finesse. Ignoring the message, pretending I didn't check it.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out. I don't know. Or I could just kind of, line it up and then maybe shelf the mix until I get a console, but we shall see what happens. Because I got a couple New Year's Eve party. New Year's Eve, I am out of town, bro.
The roles are reversing. You broken the circuit. This should have been you. I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it personal. Look how everything's working. The tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The roles are reversing. You broken the circuit. This should have been you. I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it personal, but I'm just a person. Only your person, only your airplane. I couldn't find you in the solar system. I searched it. Wasn't really sure if you shouldn't say that. I guess this is my fault. I guess this is payback. I used to say that, but I was.
Where's that beat? Okay, so there's one.
Got me, but you shouldn't. Got me, but you shouldn't say that. I guess this is my fault. I guess this is payback. I used to say that, but I was finessed. I was finessed.
Hey, I'm gonna shut my mic off so I can turn the volume up without it like flying into the mic at ridiculous levels. So I'll be back in a bit.
working, the tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The roles are reversing, you've broken the circuit. That should have been you, I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it personal, but I'm just a person. Only a person, only your earthling. I couldn't find you in the solar system, I searched it. Wasn't really sure if you existed for certain. Then you lit the curtains, as I put the guard down. I've never been smart though, why should I start now? You told me you got me, but you shouldn't say that. I guess this is my fault, I guess this is payback. I used to say that, but I was finessed. I was finessed, I was just messing. Ignoring the message, pretending I didn't check it. Now you do the same to me, I finally get it. I guess this is karma. Everything's working, the tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. I did the same stuff, stories I made up. Had to watch a couple women ruin the makeup. I thought we was fucking, she thought that we made love. I guess it was my fault, cause I didn't say much. But we drank the same drinks, we did the same drugs. I should apologize for fucking a day up. But life's getting bravado. Way too much drama, way too much drama, way too much drama. War palaver, I guess this is karma. I'm trying to be calmer, but I'm in this lava. I used to say love, but I was finessing. I was finessing, I was just messing. Ignoring the message, pretending I didn't check it. Now you do the same to me, I finally get it. I guess this is karma. The tables are turning, I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect, the roles are reversing. You've broken the circuit, that should have been you, I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it personal, but I'm just a person. Only a person, only your earthling. I couldn't find you in the solar system, I searched it. Wasn't really sure if you existed for certain. Then you lift your curtains, as I put the guard down. I've never been smart though, why should I start now? You told me you got me, but you shouldn't say that. I guess this is my fault, I guess this is payback. I used to say that, but I was finessing, I was finessing, I was just messing. Ignoring the message, pretending I didn't check it. Now you do the same to me, I finally get it. I guess this is karma. Look how everything's working, the tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The roles are reversing, you've broken the circuit. That should have been you, I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it personal, but I'm just a person. Only a person, only your earthling. I couldn't find you. Look how everything's working, the tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The roles are reversing, you've broken the circuit. That should have been you, I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it personal, but I'm just a person. Only a person, only your earthling. I couldn't find you in the solar system, I searched it. Wasn't really sure if you existed for certain. And you lift your curtains, as I put the guard down. I've never been smart though, why should I start now? You told me you got me, but you shouldn't say that. I guess this is my fault, I guess this is payback. I used to say that. Look how everything's working, the tables are turning. I guess I look how everything's look how everything's working, the tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The roles are reversing, you've broken the circuit. That should have been you, I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it personal, but I'm just a person. Only a person, only your earthling. I couldn't find you in the solar system, I searched it. Wasn't really sure if you existed for certain. Then you lift your curtains, as I put the guard down. I've never been smart though, why should I start now? You told me you got me, but you shouldn't say that. I guess this is my fault, I guess this is payback. I used to say that, but I was finessing, I was finessing, I was just messing. Ignoring the message. Look how everything's look how everything's working, the tables are turning. Look how everything's working, the tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The roles are reversing, you've broken the circuit. That should have been you, I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it personal, but I'm just a person. Only a person, only your earthling. I couldn't find you in the solar system, I searched it. Wasn't really sure if you existed for certain. Then you lift your curtains, as I put the guard down. I've never been smart though, why should I start now? You told me you got me, but you shouldn't say that. I guess this is my fault, I guess this is payback. I used to say that, but I was finessing, I was finessing, I was just messing. Ignoring the message, pretending I didn't check it. Now you do the same to me, I finally get it. I guess this is karma. Look how everything's working, the tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The roles are reversing, you've broken the circuit. That should have been you, I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it personal, but I'm just a person. Only a person, only your earthling. I couldn't find you in the solar system I searched in. Wasn't really sure if you existed for certain. Then you lift the curtains as I put the guard down. I've never been smart though, why should I start now? You told me you got me, but you shouldn't say that. I guess this is my fault, I guess this is payback. I used to say that, but I was finessing. I was finessing, I was just messing. Ignoring the message, pretending I didn't check it. Now you do the same to me, I finally get it. I guess this is karma. Hey, look how everything's working, the tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. I did the same drugs, stories I made up. Had to watch a couple women ruin the makeup. I thought we was fucking, she thought that we made love. I guess it was my fault, cause I didn't say much. But we drank the same drinks, we did the same drugs. I should apologize for fucking a day up, but life's getting harder. Way too much drama, way too much drama, way too much drama. What a palaver, I guess this is karma. I'm trying to be calmer, but I'm in this lava. I used to say love, but I was finessing. I was finessing, I was just messing. Ignoring the message, pretending I didn't check it. Now you do the same to me, I finally get it. I guess this is calm. Hey. Look how everything's working, the tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. I did the same drugs, stories I made up. Had to watch a couple women ruin the makeup. I thought we was fucking, she thought that we made love. I guess it was my fault, cause I didn't say much. Hey. Look how everything's working, the tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. I did the same drugs, stories I made up. Had to watch a couple women ruin the makeup. I thought we was fucking, she thought that we made love. I guess it was my fault, cause I didn't say much. But we drank the same drinks, we did the same drugs. I should apologize for fucking a day up, but life's getting harder. Way too much drama, way too much drama, way too much drama. What a palaver, I guess this is karma. I'm trying to be calmer, but I'm in this lava. I used to say love, but I was finessing. I was finessing, I was just messing. Ignoring the message, pretending I didn't check it. Now you do the same to me, I finally get it. I guess this is karma. Hey, look how everything's working, the tables are turning. working, the tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. I did the same drugs, stories I made up. I could watch a couple women ruin the makeup. I thought we was fucking, she thought that we made love. Look how everything's the tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The roles are reversing. You broken the circuit. This should have been you. I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it personal, but I'm just a person. Only your person, only your earthling. I couldn't find you in the solar system. I searched it. Wasn't really sure if you existed for certain. Then you lift the curtains as I put the guard down. I've never been smart though. Why should I start now? You told me you got me, but you shouldn't say that. I guess this is my fault. I guess this is payback. I used to say that, but I was finessing. I was finessing. I was just messing. Ignoring the message, pretending I didn't check it. Now you do the same to me, I finally get it. I guess this is karma. The tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The roles are reversing. You broken the circuit. This should have been you. I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it. The tables are turning. tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The roles are reversing. You've broken the circuit. This should have been you. I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it. Tables are turning. I guess I deserve it, but nobody's perfect. The roles are reversing. You've broken the circuit. This should have been you. I'm not supposed to be hurting. I shouldn't take it personal, but I'm just a person. Only a person, only your earthling. I couldn't find you in the solar system I searched in. Wasn't really sure if you existed for certain. Then you lift the curtains as I put the guard down. I've never been smart though. Why should I start now? You told me you got me, but you shouldn't say that. I guess this is my fault. I guess this is payback. I used to say that, but I was finessing. I was finessing. I was just messing. Ignoring the message, pretending I didn't check it. Now you do the same to me, I finally get it. I guess this is karma. Look how everything's working, the tables are turning. I guess